Hello everyone and welcome to this quick tutorial. In this video we'll be covering how to create or fake the zoom burst effect with the radial blur feature in Photoshop. Now, for those of you who don't know what exactly the zoom burst effect is, it's pretty much a photo technique that's created or achieved with a camera by zooming in and out the lens while the shutter is open on your camera. There's a lot of photographers that actually know how to do this effect. And it's not a really easy effect to create, with your personal camera. So that's why we created this video, in order for you to learn how to do it in Photoshop, because this is definitely a much easier way to do it. So first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and select or upload your photo to Photoshop. Next thing you want to do is you want to select your layer and drag it to this area where you're going to go ahead and create a duplicate layer. Okay, once you have your duplicate layer, now we want to select the area which we want to exclude from the zoom burst effect. Okay, so by doing that, we have to go ahead and select the quick selection tool and select our area. Okay, so let's go ahead and select this. And once we're done selecting the object that we want to exclude from our zoom burst effect, the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and exclude anything that we mistakenly added in our selection. So as you can see here, this is added this, but we do want to remove these selections. So in order for you to do that, you just have to press Alt and then drag with your mouse over that area by clicking the area which you want to remove. While you're doing that, you'll notice that there is still areas which might be unselected that you want to remove from the effect. So just keep working with it until you get a good selection. It doesn't have to be perfect, but at least grab a selection that you are satisfied with and something that will make the effect look realistic. Okay. So just going to continue removing this. Alright, so that looks good. Alright, so once we have our selection and we're satisfied with it, next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and stretch out this selection a little bit. So to do that, you want to click on Select, and then you want to hover over Modify and Expand. Alright, so you always want to leave it at 2. 2 is fine. You don't need to add more than that. So let's click OK, and that expanded a little bit. Okay, so once we have our full selection, next thing we want to do is we want to copy our selection and we want to paste it right over. So in order for you to copy, you have to press Control and C, and then to paste it, Control V. Okay, so as you can see here, there's our pasted selection. And once you have that, new layer, you want to go back and click on the layer that you were working from and add the zoom burst effect. So in order for you to add the effect, you have to click on Filter, hover over Blur, and then select Radial Blur. Okay, once you're here in this box, you are going to go ahead and adjust the amount, which is pretty much the amount of blur that you're adding to your photo. So you can select how much you want. It doesn't really matter, but in my case, I'm gonna do 35. As you can see here, this is kind of like a preview of what you'll be adding. So 35 for me is good. For the blur method, you want to select zoom and quality. You can choose either good or best, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and select best. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and this may take a while depending on the speed of your computer, so we're just going to wait a little bit. In the meantime, I just want to say, if you enjoy this video, please click on the thumbs up button and please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. So moving on, let's just wait a little bit until this is done here. Okay, almost done. All right, so there you go. That's the zoom burst. Now, this, as you can see, it doesn't look too realistic. So in order for you to make it a little more look a little more realistic, there is one thing you can do to touch it up a little bit. So in this case, we do want to go ahead and touch it up. So let's go ahead and select the gradient. Well, first we want to create a mask. So let's go ahead and click on the mask tool here. Okay. Once we have that mask and we have that layer selected, let's go ahead and click on the gradient tool. Okay, and then once you have the gradient tool selected, you want to make sure that this feature is selected. Okay. All right. So once you have that selected, let's go ahead and drag by left clicking all the way up, and let's actually select the gradient. Oh, I'm sorry, the mask. So let's do that again. All right, there you go. That looks a lot better. All right, so that's it. That's how you create the zoom burst effect. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and also please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you soon.